So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you the next tier of self-improvement. Tier 2. I deem it reality creation. This is the most gruesome self-improvement work you could ever do. It will take everything from you and it will require 100% commitment. So if you're not ready to commit to actually going on a transformative journey, click off this video. If you're ready to go from tier 1 to tier 2, then continue watching. What is tier 1? Well, as I've written in my Substack article, which we're going to be using as the basis for what I'm teaching you today, I wrote cold showers, waking up at 5 AM, etc. are tier 1. These are entry-level things that everyone can do. I was at the gym this morning here in Bali. I go to, I think, the most attended gym, or the most popular gym here in Bali. There was a guy with 9 million followers near me. I got speaking to some girls that had quite a lot of followers, doing some organic content, making connections. But the point is that everyone can build a dream physique. It's not particularly unique. Everyone can do it. So I don't really deem it as something that is, sure, it's great. Building your dream physique is great. Doing the cold showers, waking up at 5 AM. It's standard routine things that really you could have done without following some guru's advice online. They don't actually transform your life. They may change it in certain areas and create the conditions for you to actually transform your life. But what will transform your life? The inner work. The inner work, the growth, the self-mastery is what's going to change your life. No word of a lie, no doubt about it. It's the thing that changed my life the most. I believe that this is the true next stage of self-improvement. We've seen all the Lamborghinis, we've seen all the cars, that's great. Women love the materialistic things. So what? It's good for marketing, it's good, whatever, who cares? Who cares anymore about a lime green Lamborghini or the latest private jet? Most people fake it in private jet studios anyway. So, tier 2. You can forever improve. You can forever reach new targets. Let's take the gym for let's take another bash at the gym. You could always hit new personal bests. When you start out, 0 kg, 2.5 kg, you set a goal, 10 kg, 25, and I'm going to cut the bullshit. Here's the thing that these personal development, self-improvement people do not tell you. It's not measurable. It's something that everyone will get their hands on. Oh, self-improvement. Everyone will eat it up. But it's not measurable because improvement never stops. You can never improve yourself and reach 100% improvement. There has to be a line, there has to be a limit. So you're just on a constant hamster wheel, a hamster wheel that leads to these online gurus' bank accounts. They profit, and to be honest, I'm out here in Bali, they are not working 10 hours a day. They are lounging by the pool, not doing any work. And when I got out here, I thought, yes, I'm going to make connections with absolute killers, people that are high performance. I found the absolute opposite. I was like, I might as well go back to rainy old England and lock in, because at least everyone's miserable and there's a reason for me to work 10 hours a day. I'm locking in today doing a 10-hour day. But these people are not working 100% of the time. They are not working every hour of every day. And look, you don't need to. But if you want to get to those higher levels, which I am getting to, which I know I'll get to, that's the effort that is required. But they're not working. They're telling you need to work every minute of every day, while they're lounging on the sun lounger, and their bank account goes ding, ding, ding every 2 seconds because you are on their hamster wheel. So The best advice I ever received was that kind of bro advice from the guys at the gym, the people that were older than me and that have gone through life and had more experience than me. I am humble enough and aware enough to take advice from people who have more experience in life. This guy came up to me in the gym, and he said, you shouldn't spend all day at the gym. You don't need to. What he was saying, he sees people coming here, using it as a social place. Yeah, okay, it's a social place. Yeah, make friends, connections, whatever. But don't spend all your day at the gym. Because anyone can be a gym influencer. Anyone can do it. We now see fat people becoming gym influencers. Like, anyone is making money from that. Getting your dream physique is not particularly hard. It's not. It's easier than you think. The problem is, you disregard the basics and think you need all these things. So I didn't need creatine. I didn't need more protein. I needed to get on with life. I needed to go to the gym, do my work, and then get on with my life. This is tier 1, the hamster wheel. I am introducing you now to tier 2. And if you love developing yourself, then this tier will require absolute everything from you. It will require your absolute dedication. Want to work towards something actually that's going to be meaningful in your life? Do this. Because the problem with tier 1, the major problem is that it's kind of soulless. It's robotic. It has made you autistically detailed. You think now that, and I used to think this as well. If I have this pre-workout before the gym, I'm not going to be in the right frame of mind or mindset to do the work, and it's going to derail me. I was fearful. I was stuck in like, what to do. All you need to do is go forward. So what is tier 2? Let's get on to tier 2. How can what I'm going to tell you be more transformative than tier 1? You know, you'll be questioning, okay, well, tier 1 has helped my life. It's aided. And it's aided the bank accounts of the creators that give you all the latest routines and habits to do. Okay, fine. Tier 2 is what I have deemed reality creation. This is what's actually going to help your life. Okay, so the problem with following these gurus' routines, habits, is that you're following them. You are following what's worked for someone else. And when I first started watching self-improvement content, I soon discovered that everyone's got things that work for them, but what works for them may not work for me either. You have to take ideas, take inspiration from various people, and then apply it to your own life. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Self-improvement, boom, sorted. Just because someone says something in front of a camera, okay, I understand that's what I'm doing right now, but throughout this video, you're going to realize that I'm actually the real deal here. These people sitting behind the camera saying, you need to have a cold shower because it will make you successful, are lying. It's a lie. You don't need a cold shower. You don't need a cold shower. But the problem is you are following their routines, so you're losing yourself. You're losing your own identity. When you start out on your path or journey, whatever you want to call it, you will be unhappy, dissatisfied. You'll make progress doing all these habits, but you'll still be somewhat unhappy. There'll be a yearning for something more. Okay, well, let's explain. Let's get into it. For so long, the inner work has been deemed gay, feminine, silly, and I guess maybe some of it is. There are two categories of people. Group A, who find spirituality and get stuck on a new hamster wheel of forever healing their inner child, forever doing yoga, meditation, with no progress. Yoga and meditation are fantastic things. They are fantastic things to get started and actually tell you and give you a guidance on what to do and use these things. But there's a group B. And Group B is what I'm funneling you into. Group B, find reality creation, live in contentment, inner peace, and knowing. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not, because I've done it myself. So, to be at peace for the rest of your human existence seems impossible because currently, struggle is all you know. Your current identity. Let's say your name was John Bob. Let's say you're from Grimsby. Let's say you're working a 9-to-5 job. Let's say you spend so much money on your wife, and maybe you have a family, but you're doing things for other people so much that you lose any time for yourself. Your identity restricts you. Your identity is essentially being a slave to other people. And that's what I try to highlight when you watch all this self-improvement content and these content creators. You're being a slave to them. In your life, more generally though, as an identity, you're a slave to other people. You people please. And if you've read my last Substack post, and if you watch my last video, you'll know how your thoughts actually limit your success. Buddha said it best: the root of all suffering is attachment. You are attached to this old identity. John Bob from Grimsby, who works 9-to-5 job, people pleasing, doing everything for everyone else, deeply unhappy, is on self-improvement, is yearning for more. And to summarize that video, you are not your identity. You are not just John Bob from Grimsby, who works a 9-to-5 job, eats junk food and wanks on the weekends because he's bored out of his fucking mind on the weekends because he's working a job which takes his entire time. So how do we begin with reality creation? Well, you could work with me one-on-one to actually start your journey. Look, if you don't do the work, you don't get successful. If you don't work on a business, your business does not make money. Do you understand? If you don't do the work, you won't get results. If you don't put the effort in, you won't see any results, negative or positive. But results are feedback, and then that helps you grow. So taking action is always better than not taking action. So you could work with me one-on-one, and I invite you to do so. I invite you to come onto the Reality Creator Program, which is essentially years of research and personal investment monetarily and time-wise. It's personal investment into what actually works, what's bullshit, what's not, in creating your new reality effortlessly. So if you want to work with me one-on-one to do that and actually be ahead of the people that just endlessly consume my videos, then you can work with me one-on-one. And just a quick note, I truly believe with all my heart that this is the best coaching program that you'll ever come on. This is the best coaching program that is out there on the market. There isn't anything like it. There is not anything like it. How do I know this? How can I be so certain? Because I'm doing it. I know this information. I've been behind the scenes. I'm in Bali. I have the knowledge of how these influencers actually operate. And it's bullshit. So I want to give you genuine advice. Because I followed their bullshit and it hurt. So if you want a short step-by-step list, if you don't want to take action, and look, you will eventually come on to the program, but if you want a short step-by-step list of how to begin on reality creation, here is it. Here it is. Number 1, meditate 20 minutes per day. Do once after you wake up, once before you go to bed. You could do 10 minutes, or you could do 20 minutes. As long as you get at least 20 minutes every single day, after you wake up and before you go to sleep. Your brain is in the state of suggestion, so you can put things into your subconscious. And remember, our external reality is a reflection of our internal state. So in your subconscious, you'll have these identities and these beliefs that have been put onto you since very early on. You know, why do people never earn more than their parents as a general rule? Because their parents program them with beliefs. Money is the root of all evil, for example, blah, 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 all that nonsense. By the way, I've got my Metaphysical Money Guide down below, which exposes all of that nonsense. Number 2, practice a form of breath work 1 time per day. You need to get into a state of calm. The modern world is too stressful. You stress yourself out unnecessarily. So doing a form of breath work once per day lowers your stress. And once you're in a state of contentment, you're feeling a bit happy, you don't have those anxious feelings, you'll have heart, brain, and body coherence. That heart-brain coherence, heart-mind coherence is, let me put it this way. Have you ever just not worried about something and it's kind of come your way? Like you've been focused on something so dedicatedly, and then maybe a woman comes into your life? Yeah, that's because heart-brain coherence. You're not worried about the woman, so the woman comes to you anyway. Law of attraction type stuff, which we go on to in the program. So that's it. Wim Hof method, by the way, is a technique I use personally. I'm researching my own breathwork techniques, and I'm going to give you in the Reality Creator program. But do this for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, reflect on your past 3 months with a pen and paper, no distractions. When I did this, my life transformed. I did this for 3 months and then sat in my room back in England with no distractions, and I just started to write. I typed. I didn't do it on a pen and paper. I think pen and paper is better because it gets your brain working. But I typed out things I actually wanted from life, also known as a purpose plan. I'll help you write it. There are a few mistakes people make, common mistakes, that when they write these plans that they don't know they're making, and it's actually hindering them. I'll help you once more. But it really is that simple. Yes, it is that simple. So why doesn't everyone do it? Why haven't you done it already? Because while it is simple, there is hurdles, tests, and challenges that you will face. You go into fear, you go into the dark, you go into the unknowing. You want to do something different than the vast sheep herd of people, the vast 99% of people. The world is dark. No one has ever done what you have, well, people have, but your specific life path, no one has ever gone down that before. You are in charge. You have the power, but you also have the power to fuck things up. I went through 8 months of darkness, challenges on this journey. It doesn't have to be 8 months for you. And that's why having a guide, a teacher who has experienced everything and now can give you the information is so important. That's why high-level people pay for others who have done what they want to achieve, because A, it speeds up the process, but B, it negates all the hurdles and the unnecessary challenges, and you have much more fun along the way. So that is reality creation. Obviously, the coaching program, we go into it in more detail. If you want more information, drop a comment down below. But let's finish off with here. You need to load the gun with bullets, and then you need to pull the trigger. Learning is not taking action. You can watch as many videos as you want. You could read as many books as you want, but you're still in the same chair that you sat down to start with. So get taking action, put some skin in the game, start doing things for yourself because you deserve it.